The Goose-Girl, a fairy tale of truth and justice. Once, there was a great king who passed away, leaving his queen and their beautiful daughter. The queen and her daughter were very close, and they had a kind fairy who watched over them. As the princess grew up, she became betrothed to a prince from a distant kingdom. Before the journey to her future husband's kingdom, the queen packed a lot of valuable items for her daughter: jewels, gold, silver, dresses, and more. She also assigned a waiting-maid to accompany her and help her reach the prince's kingdom. The princess had a special horse, named Falada, given to her by the fairy. This horse could talk. As they set off, the fairy gave the princess a lock of her hair as a charm for her journey. On their way, they stopped by a brook, and the princess, feeling thirsty, asked the maid to fetch water in her golden cup. The maid rudely refused. So the princess drank from the brook. She felt sad but carried on. As they continued their journey, the princess again grew thirsty near a river. When she asked for a drink, the maid was even more insolent. The princess drank from the river and wept silently. A lock of the princess's hair, given to her by the fairy, began to speak, warning her that her mother would be upset if she knew. As they reached the prince's kingdom, the maid's behavior worsened. When the princess asked for water once more, the maid refused. And she had to drink from the river again. The hair charm warned her once more. Upon arriving at the royal court, the prince mistakenly took the maid as the bride, and the true princess was left in the court below. The princess's situation worsened as she was assigned to care for geese. Her name was changed to the Goose-Girl. Meanwhile, the maid pretended to be the princess. The false bride asked the prince to have her horse, Falada, killed because it was unruly. The true princess, in secret grief, asked to have the horse's head nailed under a dark gate to see it sometimes. Every day, as the Goose-Girl went to tend to the geese, she passed the gate and cried for Falada. The head of the horse would answer her. This routine continued as Ken, the boy who looked after the geese, grew curious. One day, he witnessed the princess talking to Falada's head and her magical hair charm. The true story came to light, and he informed the king. The old king decided to observe the situation for himself. The next day, the king overheard the princess talking to Falada's head and hair charm. He also saw her let her hair down, which sparkled like silver in the sun. The princess's words and actions moved him. The king asked the false bride why she behaved so, but she wouldn't confess. The king persuaded the Goose-Girl to tell her story. The true princess revealed the whole truth, and the king ordered her to be adorned in royal clothes. When she appeared before them, her beauty was so dazzling that nobody recognized her as the Goose-Girl. A grand feast was held. The old king shared a story, making it sound like a tale he had heard before. He then asked the real waiting maid what punishment she believed was fitting for someone who had acted as she had. The false bride replied that such a person should be placed inside a cask with sharp nails and pulled through the streets by 2 white horses until they perished. At that moment, the old king revealed her true identity and told her that she would face the punishment she had suggested. The young king married the true princess, and they lived happily ever after, while the good fairy brought Falada back to life. The story teaches us that being honest and fair is important. Lies and tricks might work for a little while, but eventually, the truth comes out, and those who do wrong will get in trouble for it.
Did you enjoy the video? Not only did you learn a valuable life lesson, but you also boost your English skills with our stories. Hit the bell for updates. Thanks for watching. Take care.